Hey there everyone, my name is Monkey Shrapnel from the Guys Who Play Games, back with some more Pokemon Crystal Randomizer, Speed Edition, whatever you want to call it, Speed Randomizer. And, yeah, you know what's fun? When you record an entire part, and it turns out that your mic just wasn't even taking in sound. There wasn't anything wrong with my mic, I don't even know, it just fucked up. I understand that nothing's perfect, but it was such a good part. It was nice, short, sweet. It was 20 minutes and everything. Literally, what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna go over the stuff I talked about last time. So, first things first. If you look at Jasmine's sprite from the front, she looks like kind of like a pig to some people, with like those things by the edge of her hair being her eyes, and then the thing in the middle being her nose, right? You can see that? Looks like a pig? That's pretty great. Second topic. It snowed. It sucks. I can take the cold, but I can't take the snow, man. Look. I see all these videos, or like even just like pictures of people just like, oh, it's so beautiful. I wish I lived there. And it's like, you know what? You know what? That's because you haven't really experienced it. Right? You want to know how crazy our weather is? Last year, okay, so we actually almost broke a record for this here in Winnipeg. Last year, on I think it was the 10th, it was around plus 20. And this year, it was minus 20. Around there. We almost broke our record for that. Not to mention, like after having no snow, like a week later, and we're up to like our asses in snow. Like it's just it's too much, man. Alright, let's see, what's the next topic? So when I beat Price, there was a Flaffy in there that gave me 777 experience. I don't know why that... Like, I literally have a script of the things I talked about last time, just... Like, so this might be a bit more scripted. A bit more. It'll actually be scripted, because I normally just kind of fly by the seat of my pants in this kind of thing. But since I actually talked about... Like, it sucks, because, like, the Flaffy thing was such an in-the-moment thing, but now it's just, like, it just sounds so dumb. Like, I'm saying it, but it's like, who gives a crap? Like, Flaffy... And by association, Ampharos are like one of my favorite Pokemon, but like, who cares? And lucky number 7 is also my favorite number, but who cares? It just sucks, man. Okay, let me think. What else was something? Oh, right. So I talked about. You know what? Actually, I'll talk about that later. But first of all, we're gonna talk about the fact that what I did all throughout the last couple parts of going over here. So, as far as I'm aware, I talked about this like you could do this in like some versions, but as far as I know, I looked into it and it doesn't seem like you actually can. Like, even though all the trainers are like leveled so that you could probably come here after beating just the gym leaders, not dealing with like any of the Team Rocket stuff, or even just beating Price, you can't actually get here without beating all that, so these trainers just seem really under-leveled. Right? It's always weird. And that's especially weird because, I'm gonna do this right now actually, is that if you cheat to get here without beating all the gym leaders you need to get here, this guy here actually blocks the gym and tells you you're not ready to face Claire. Which is like... So... Obvious, I don't know. It seems like there was plans to... It seems like it was planned to let you go there, considering like all the levels of the trainers and the fact that the guy blocks you, but it's just something that just didn't happen. It's really weird. I don't know. It is definitely one of those things that's like, I'm not sure what happened. But either way, you can't come here. Smeargle's cute, but she wants Noctowl. Or, no, Smeargle's cute, so she wants Smeargle for Noctowl, and I don't have a Noctowl. Or a Smeargle, so I don't really care. Let's see. Well, I guess that's good enough for now. Let's just go into the gym. It's pretty funny how things are weird like that, you know. I don't know. So anyways, the gym trainers are definitely gonna be a bit of a step up. Like, since I skipped all the Team Rocket stuff, this stuff is actually gonna be pretty difficult, and I'm hoping it'll actually be fun, but not like. Hopefully, it won't be like, holy crap, how am I ever gonna beat this? I like to think I'm good enough that that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, you'll notice they're definitely all of a sudden like. They went from like the 30s to like almost the 40s, so they're definitely going to be pretty tough. But at this point, my moveset should be good enough that it shouldn't matter too much! Oh boy. If I hit myself, I think I'm going to die, so let's hope I don't hit myself. Thank God. Alright, Tauros, you dead. Dynamic Punch Tauros, that's no joke. That's for sure. I might actually have to grind a little bit for the Elite Four, I don't know, we'll see. You said Poliwrath? Let's go, Leela. Classic Leela. I say that, but I don't think Leela actually has psychic moves. It's been a bit. It's been a hot minute. Because, like, I didn't mention this, but it snowed, and it's because there was no snow like 2 weeks ago. Well, when I recorded this, there was snow a week ago, but now it's 2 weeks, because the part failed, and I just kind of got, like, annoyed. I guess since I looked at it, I'll mention Dragon Breath is kind of one of those funny moves where people think it should be a move that should burn because it's Dragon's Breath, and dragons are often associated with breathing fire. But I honestly like the mix that, like, the idea is that its breath is so forceful that it actually like restricts you and makes it so you can't move. And paralysis is probably the best way they could do that, obviously. Obviously, it's not perfect, but I mean, paralysis in a whole isn't really perfect. I mean, when you really think about it, does it really make sense that just because you're paralyzed and you're like lower, it's like a quarter of your speed, but you can still move. But sometimes you can't move, and it's really weird, and if you're unlucky, you can just never move again. I don't know. It's kind of one of those funny things. Oh yeah, that Flaffy that gave me 7-7 experience had a Sacred Fire. So yeah, hopefully not every Pokemon is going to be running around with god dang Sacred Fire again. I'm tired of the fire moves. Oh god. Sludge Bomb. Poison. Or Crit or something. These guys are definitely getting tougher. Especially when they're spamming moves like this that actually like go past my high defense. So I'm going to switch to maybe Breadstick has a lot of health. Go, Breadstick. I still don't remember why I called you Breadstick. But actually this is perfect because you can absorb health and tank extra hits. So this won't kill because it's pretty high level and Poliwrath's kind of bulky, but it should be a 2-hit. Or it could just crit. That's no biggie. Get lots of experience there, everyone. Arcanine. Cat Call is coming out to surf you my pleasures away. Swamping underwater. What's the saying? Pack it up, move it along. No, that's not it. Whatever. I guess I'll talk about. I have a couple more things on the list, but I'll talk about this one right now. Trainers using items in Gen 1 and Gen 2 and later gens. This, I'll talk about the context here. So when I was facing Price. His final Pokemon was like a level 30, like 5 Raticate or something. And when I brought it down to low health, he actually used a Hyper Potion on it. And what's interesting about that is that in this game, pretty much every gym leader can use items and stuff, but like, it is extremely rare that you'll actually see gym trainers use items compared to like other games, because just because it isn't like a guaranteed thing, it's only like a percentage thing. Like, I think Gen 3 onward, gym trainers will always use potions when they're below a certain amount of HP, but otherwise they will never use potions. It's basically an all or nothing. But in this game, and I think this game only, it's a percentage thing. As around like half health, they start being able to use potions, and as they get lower and lower, they get more and more likely that they'll actually use potions. But it's never like a guaranteed thing. So oftentimes you just don't see trainers really using items. Or, yeah, healing items. In comparison, though, in Gen 1, lots of trainers have weird stringencies for using items, and you'll often see even regular trainers in Gen 1 just toss down like an X item. Especially like the cool trainers. Like the cool trainers are really weird because I think the males will only use X attacks and the females can use X attacks and heal their Pokemon, but like it's really weird how it works in the game. There's like holy shit, level 41? Wow. Anyways, there's like a list you can look up. I think it's on speedruns.com or like PokemonSpeedruns.com or something like that. You can actually look up of like the stringencies, and some of them are pretty interesting. Like the most notable one is Blaine, who can use potions at full health because it's just a random thing. He doesn't actually check his HP, which is kind of a funny oversight. Ow! Good thing Present is such a crappy move, but it doesn't matter because Hypnosis misses more than it hits. God dang it! Don't hit yourself! No! No, not Double Edge! Ouch! Please! Ow! Ow! Poor Staryu, or Starmie, Leela, Hoobada. Well, whatever. I guess now we're just slashing. Jeez, this... What the heck? Stop! How come Hypnosis misses, but Sweet Kiss doesn't? Huh? That personal bias is in effect here. Okay, I'm gonna be biased as all I want. Yeah, let's go. Wow, Leela got wrecked, though. I'll do another trainer before I go healing her, but yeah, it's scary. I believe what you want to do is this. Or is that reversed? I'll flip that and reverse it, I'm afraid, so leave and come back. Alright, so we hit this boulder and go up. Heck, it's 100% my fault because you can totally look it up. Like, you can just walk 2 steps up and you see which boulder you need to move. But, hey, I'm sure some people will complain about this back in the day. I think people are too soft these days. You know, there's some people who get mad that things aren't just handed out to them in video games. Like, come on. There's only so many ways you can make a video game challenging, you know. And there are many, many different kinds of people and many, many different kinds of ways to challenge people. But it's interesting to see how people will see things that they don't like and just assume that why would anyone like them. This is kind of random, and I don't actually know how I got in this train of topic, but whatever. Wait, Super Frank just missed twice. Oh, well, it's not even accurate. Okay. I kind of forget that it can miss. But anyways, like, a good example is, like, Sonic games. For some reason, there are people out there who, like, I recently was, like, reading up on this, and, like, there are people out there who just say stuff like, I don't like 2D Sonic, and I don't see how anyone could possibly like it. But then, and actually, this even goes, oh, wait, just put, oh, shit. Okay. Lawnmower has to come out and Vital Throw it. This extends into something else I was talking about, where, like, I don't know what your opinions are in this game, but I love it, and I'm just gonna talk about this. Undertale, and compared to Earthbound, there are people, like, I was reading up on, like, someone who was talking about this, how, like, they said they don't understand how anyone could possibly like Undertale, and how they think Earthbound is way better, right? And then someone in the comments and someone in, like, response said something about, like, he doesn't understand how anyone could possibly like Earthbound, right? What the hell? Stop! This Ursaring is perfect AI. Okay, whatever. And then someone mentioned how, like, he didn't realize how anyone could possibly like Earthbound. And the guy's reaction to that was to say that it's not for everyone. And it just seems like such a double standard to me. Like, you're sitting there and saying that because you like this game, it's not for everyone. But if it was... Okay, bugger off. And then you're saying that, you know, oh, Earthbound's not for everyone. But then you're saying, oh, how could anyone ever like Undertale? It's like... It just feels like, are you aware of what you're saying? Like, the irony here, you know? Like, it's palpable, man. You can cut it with a knife. I don't know. It's just weird to me how, like, some people will just, like... Ooh, Smeargle. That's funny. But unfortunately, Smeargle is going to die. Oh, it has random moves. I forgot. Well, that's scary. I thought it would have just had sketch, but I forgot. That its moveset is randomized, duh. So Smeargle's probably like a lot worse than a randomizer, actually, because the only thing, the good thing about Smeargle in the vanilla game is that with a little effort you can give it any move, but in this it's just like, it's just nothing, man. Anyways, we're gonna go heal, and I don't know. Oh, I guess I'll talk about the last topic on my little script there, and then afterwards I'm flying by the seat of my pants again. I guess I got into a topic about what I am. Like, am I indie? You know, am I like an indie Let's Player? Like, what I'm not actually sure what indie means. I've never actually looked it up. To me, like, I've always thought of it as just being like sort of like a small time thing, like compared to like. But like when it's always like it's either indie or AAA, and it's like, I don't know. It's weird that it doesn't feel like there's people never really talk about the in betweens, you know. And like what's even beyond that? Like there's definitely less than indie. Like I would say I'm less than indie because, like, frick, what the heck am I? I'm like nothing. I'm barely like anything at all because like. There are some people out there. I do have a few people who watch almost all my videos. Like whenever I upload videos, I always have like 5 or 6 views, and it's not like those are my views because whenever I upload them, it's like no views, and then I'll upload them and it'll say like 1 view, and then like I'll look later I'll look and it's like 5 views. So I do have people that watch me, and I think I know most of them actually. But wow, that Murkrow's level 41. I didn't realize how high level they were getting. Holy, oh my god, that Murkrow. I just got wrecked, dude. Okay, well, it's nighttime, so that shouldn't heal much at all. But I'm not out damaging it, so I guess I'll poison it. Alright, here we go. Strats! How to kill this Murkrow that's tanking it. Please don't flinch. Thank God. Actually, I didn't know if it flinched because the poison went into effect, but whatever. Oh my god, he's just going for the kill! Oh my god! I got murdered! Alright, Lawnmower, you gotta help me out here, baby. Gotta slash it. This is scary, man. These trainers are getting tough. He just murdered both of my Pokemon. I think I'm gonna have to fight all the trainers below before I fight Claire at this rate. Because they're killing me. Anyways, yeah, back into that topic. What does it mean to be indie, you know? And I guess I'll talk about, like, indie gaming in general. Like, what does it mean to be an indie developer compared to, like, you know, like, a so-called AAA studio and all that jazz? Those are questions. I'm not even going to answer that kind of question because, to be honest, I don't know. And it's kind of... And part of it is because it's really vague when you really think about it. It mostly just kind of comes down to... I don't actually know. Like, is it a money thing? Is it how much money your game's making? How much money you put into the game? Or what? If I had to guess, it's probably how much money you put into the game, but I have no clue. I'm gonna actually save before you. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna save, because if I save and later find out this recording is busted, I'm gonna hate life. And that's why I'm gonna end this part a little early than I might normally do it, because I don't really want to deal with that again. And I'm going to be a bit more stingy about saving mid-part. Damn it! And of course it has Spark, because why wouldn't it have a move that's super effective against me when I miss Hypnosis? Oh, my controller turned off. That's funny. Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away, by the way. Yep. Now watch the critical hit. Or just fully paralyzed. Whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to switch to Hypno, but Hypno can't do shit. This is really annoying. How unlucky I've been getting throughout all these parts. Yeah, and of course What is this wheezing? Aeroblast? Are you fucking kidding? I don't even know what I can switch into this. Yeah, and of course it crits. Of course. Yeah, no, why not? Are you fucking joking? Super Fang makes this twice and the game takes as an excuse to shit on me. Please burn. Thank God. I don't even care if Aerodactyl dies. I want to kill this trainer. This is personal now. This won't kill because Weezing's a tank. But Weezing will die right after this as soon as I send in something else. Oh, Lilo will die too. Man, this sucks. Whatever. Dragon Breath. Get out of here. I think it even has another Pokemon. Yeah, it's Gyarados. Alright, well, I have nothing that'll do anything to you, but I can, Dragon Breath and hopefully you get paralyzed. It's 30%! It's more than Spark. Thank you. Oh my god, return? I don't think that actually does that much damage. Yeah. Because I think all trainers have, like, average, friendship. Oh, that's funny, special defense went down, but it doesn't really matter. Look at his headbutt? Jeez. Ow! What is this? I guess since I'm being wrecked here, I might as well talk about the final thing on my card. It's part of the indie thing, but it's talking about this. I don't know if I want to call it statistics, but like the interesting thing behind how the size of a studio can greatly affect how the game they're making can turn out. So the example I used last time, and I might as well keep going with this, is Bungie Studios, or I think they're Bungie Studios, versus 343 Industries. If you know them, that's good, but if you don't know them, whatever, I'll describe it anyways. So, basically, Bungie made Halo, and they made Halo for a long time. They made Halo 1 in, like, I think 2001, but they were obviously making it for, like, 3 or 4 years before that, I think. Don't quote me on this shit. I'm not super well versed in this right now, and I'm kind of just talking in the moment, and I don't really want to take the time to look it up, because, you know, boring. Whatever. And, yeah, so they made those games, and every year they made those games, it took them 3 years to make every Halo game except, I think, Halo 1, because Halo 1 was kind of a weird circumstance. And in general, they were always kind of a smaller studio, especially at the start. I think Halo 1 was made by, like... Wait, what? I didn't know you could do this normally in game, huh? It's kind of funny. But anyways. Oh, a flash. God damn it! Stop getting me off topic. So, they were kind of a smaller studio, you know. That's always a thing. And it's interesting to think about how their games always felt like they knew exactly what they wanted to do. I think the only kind of exception to that would be maybe Halo 2. But that's kind of loose to say that they didn't know what they're doing. It's more that Halo 2 suffered from just a hellish development cycle. For anyone out there who does not know about the Halo 2 development cycle, you should look it up because, man, is it a story. Hoo boy. I guess I'll generalize it right now. Basically, they had to redo the entire game in like 6 months. It was basically how it went. It's basically the generalization. But, anyways. And then, after Bungie stopped making them because they didn't want to, and then I guess Bungie didn't like Microsoft for some reason, so they went to Activision because, you know, that's a logical progression. Go from Microsoft to an even worse company to hold over your games. But I digress. That's another topic for another time. 343 was basically Microsoft's, like, Microsoft made 343 Studios so that they could keep making Halo games, and you know, they got a lot of talented people at 343 Studios, you know, even a couple ex-Bungie employees, among others. But, and even though 343 Studios is way bigger than Bungie was back in the day, like, you look at, like, for example, they made Halo 4 in only 2 years, as opposed to the standard 3 that every other Halo game had been made in, right? And you can think, well, they're a bigger studio, so obviously they don't need as much time to work on it, right? And it's very easy to think that that makes sense, but oftentimes that is very much not the case. Especially if you look at 343's track record with all their games so far, where like the reception has always been mixed at best. And like I don't think it's possible for it to necessarily... Wait. Is that Swift? Are teams randomized in this? What team is... I swear Team 39 is Swift. Oh, whatever. Seismic Toss. That's actually... But let's stay on topic here. So basically, what I'm trying to get at here is that even though 343 Studios is a much bigger studio, you look at their games and the reception on them is mixed at best. Like Halo 4 like died off in like not even like 6 months, and it was already down to like barely like 100,000 players, when Reach and Halo 3 had like around 1 million up until like the day the next Halo game was released. Especially Reach, like people talked about Reach as like a failure, but like holy crap, you actually look at like how many people are playing it, and like there was a hell of a lot of people playing it. But what I'm trying to get at here is that more people does not necessarily mean that they work faster. Well, okay. It's more accurate to say that they might work a little faster, but the problem is that there's going to be a lot more indecisiveness within, like if you have, let's say for example, you have 10 people working on a game, and it's very easy for those 10 people to be on the same page and know exactly what they want to do, and do it with little to no problems because they all know what they want to do. Now you take that, you multiply that by 10, now you've got 100 people. Now all of a sudden you've got a problem where you've got 100 people working on the game, and they might not be entirely sure what exactly they want to do, because there's so many of them, and they've all got their own ideas about what they want to do, and it might be hard to get all those ideas into the game, and then they might get annoyed that one person's idea didn't get in but another person did, and then they're just like, how come my idea didn't make it in but yours did? I'm not explaining it the best way, but hopefully you kind of get what I'm saying. Like, the more people that work on a game, the less focused it gets, and generally that results in a game sometimes not knowing what it wants to do. A good example of this is 3D Sonic games, where there are so many different kinds of gameplay in the 3D Sonic games now that, like, you've got fans of, like, all these different little things in the 3D Sonics that, like, the reason why it's so hard to actually make a 3D Sonic game is because there isn't really a set formula for what a 3D Sonic game is. So it's basically impossible to ever make a 3D Sonic game that's going to please everyone, because unless you do something like Sonic Adventure and make each one like super long and focused and like fleshed out, but like that would take so much more work than like a normal game, because instead of just designing around one type of gameplay, you have to design around a whole bunch and like make them good, and like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 kind of did that, but like it's easy to see where sometimes it feels like they didn't know what they were doing with that either, like it's complicated, okay? Let's just end it with making games is very hard, okay? And I really hate it when I read through and see these people bashing on these game designers or even just programmers. Like, I get what you're saying, like if they're not well made, then they should be criticized, but like this is kind of the same thing I was talking about before, I think, where like just because someone makes a bad game doesn't mean they're a bad person. And it is shocking how often people seem to miss that mark. Like, this will be the last thing I talk about. Like, someone talked about Miyamoto on like a forum, and they were talking about how he's a bad person because he ruined a couple of their games, and it's like, I agree with the idea that he ruined those games, because I agree with the fact that he ruined those games, because I won't talk about the games because, once again, another time, but does that make Miyamoto a bad person? Hell no! It's a fucking video game! At the end of the day, it's a bunch of numbers on a screen that make up your shit. It doesn't really affect anything. They can make you money, and they can give you enjoyment, but it's not a person, okay? You shouldn't treat a person like shit because they made some bad decisions. That doesn't make any sense. They didn't, like, do anything wrong. It's just... And it's not like they don't suffer too. You know, some people make bad decisions because of, like, time constraints and shit, and they don't really have a choice. They do the best they could. And it is just interesting how, like, people just seem to, like, talk about, like, oh, they did... And even when people are aware of that, they still seem to talk down. Like, oh, he did the best he could within his current circumstances. Like, fuck off! Don't be so fucking, like, condescending and, like... It just bothers me, you know? Like, it's just shitty, you know? But whatever. We'll talk about that later. Oh, what? Oh, shit. That's funny. Hello, it's me. My controller turned off, damn it! Where are you raising your Pokemon? I caught a pilot slime. See you later. Alright, whatever. Monkey Shrapnel is out. See you guys later. And remember, don't shit on shit that doesn't need to be shit on.